Well, what do we have here? We had news yesterday regarding this player and where he is destined to going for 23-24, but what I wanted to do in this video was go over his entire profile, talk about the story, talk about how we all sort of thought this guy would have been better. And it's not because he sucked that he was not better, it's because he, in a way, kind of chose to not be better and be what we thought he could be. I'm speaking very cryptically here because I'm trying to hide my disappointment. Today we're going over to the San Jose Sharks and talking about a guy that they took in the first round of the 2018 NHL Draft, Ryan Merkley. Now, the thing with Merkley, if you remember this guy, was that he was one of the top talented players in the entire 2018 draft, especially for defensemen. You talk about the guys like Evan Bouchard, Adam Boqvist, Quinn Hughes at the top of this draft, and the D-men in it. Ryan Merkley was seen as a very good contender for second best defenseman offensively in the draft, behind Rasmus Dahlin. The thing is, though, with Merkley, he was not ranked to go anywhere near the same heights as the Bouchards or the Hugheses who went top 10, or even Noah Dobson who went just outside. This is because in Merkley's 2017-18 season, even though he had 67 points in 63 games played, there were many issues with this guy's personality, his attitude on the ice, his anger issues, and how he would not really participate defensively when his team didn't have the puck. Ryan Merkley was a very weird hockey player in that he was so good offensively. The puck skills, the deception, the passing, the shot, it was all there for Merkley, but everything in between his ears and behind his eyes needed to be worked on. And it's why, even though Merkley was so talented, Bob McKenzie said this guy could have been a top 10 talent had he just had regular defensive habits. He ended up getting projected towards the end of the first round by all these scouting outlets, and as we had said, the San Jose Sharks took him in the 21st overall spot. As the years with Merkley went on in the OHL, he got sent around to different teams, not because, again, he's not talented, but because there were so many issues with his personality. These teams did not want him. And of course, he found himself playing time, eventually, but it was a big deal back when he was traded around in the OHL that a bunch of these teams did not want him on their squad, despite the talent, of course. He played in London, he was good, he had a bounce-back year. We started to hear things about him being a leader, which I was very happy to hear about. We made a video about this back in the day as well. But then he made his way over to the San Jose Barracuda, and in the San Jose Sharks system, he was actually pretty okay, point production-wise at least. It's just, many Sharks fans would go out there and tell you that when it comes to Ryan Merkley taking that next step and becoming an NHL defenseman in 22-23, the small sample you saw out of him in 21-22 where he was an NHL defenseman and he only had 6 points kind of indicates that his headspace wasn't really in the proper place to be able to be an NHL defenseman. Some of the issues about his lack of defensive commitment and his laziness on the ice would carry over to the NHL, and these were huge hurdles that he had not conquered yet since his days of being a prospect in 2018. As a result, you saw Merkley get traded over to Colorado at the end of the 23 season. He played out with the Eagles, had 8 points in 28 games. He expired as a free agent, and yesterday it was revealed that he is signed with the Kunlun Red Star in the KHL. Ryan Merkley is going to China. And the way this entire video has been formed, oh, he was drafted here, San Jose, Ontario Hockey League, he got traded to Colorado, and now he's off to China, baby. Like, it's good that hockey players can make a living doing what it is they like to do. Playing hockey is a blessing, and Ryan Merkley is undoubtedly one of the top percentile hockey players on the planet, so getting a pro contract is cool. It's just very unfortunate that the problems that we saw back in 2018 are still there to the extent where he can't even get a job in North America. Like, okay, he has the talent, we know he does, to play in the NHL, but during the time he was here, I'm in Vancouver, when he was in San Jose with the Sharks, just the habits and the defensive commitment, the responsibility was all not there. It's like he chose not to play defense, and the lack of adjustment there. How he was so unwilling to actually play the right way. It definitely was disappointing to see how this player, who definitely has the talent to become great, was not able to become great. And sure, with the Kunlun Red Star, he's probably going to be the best player there. Like, I'm not even joking. If you go over to the Red Star and their season last year, okay, who did they play last year? Zach Leslie, Parker Fu is on here? Oh my gosh, completely forgot about him. Chicago Blackhawks draftee, and a bunch of other guys that happen to be Chinese. There are some import players here as well. I mean, there isn't really a name here that I could say Ryan Merkley is probably not going to be better than. And it's not necessarily a conversation just about numbers. Oh, he had X amount of points in X amount of games. His production suffered because he was not given opportunities. And he wasn't given opportunities because he didn't earn them. It's not like the OHL where just because you're great, you're automatically on the top power play, even though you have anger issues and you have defensive responsibility issues. Like, I don't want to make it seem like the anger issues are still there, but that definitely was a big part of his draft stock that tanked his profile back in 2018. How he would treat his teammates, how he got rejected pretty much from 2 OHL locker rooms. Like, what's going on, dude? I saw a lot of people immediately memeing about this once the news was released that, hey, Ryan Merkley's going to China. A lot of people were saying, like, yeah, this guy was a legend in my franchise mode in EA Sports NHL. And I know EA Sports NHL has its problems. I mean, I play the game all year. I kind of play it for a living because it's part of my shtick here on YouTube. But at the end of the day, this sort of is a testament to how the public perceived Merkley. Super talented, tough to coach, tough to really project long-term because of the balance between skill and actual personality. And now he's taking that personality and talent skill set over to the KHL, where hopefully he will be one of the top players, because, I mean, look, KHL ice is bigger, so that's an adjustment to be made, but for Ryan Merkley playing off against KHL talent in the division near China, like, he's probably gonna do pretty well. Just saying. So, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Ryan Merkley, how everything went the way that it did. We've been making so many videos about this guy over the years that now seeing where things have gone to the point where he's no longer valued in the North American hockey scene, it's unfortunate, but what can you do? This is just what happens when a guy is not willing to adjust and adapt defensively. If, of course, there are any San Jose Sharks fans in the comment section, then hey, let me know your opinions about this guy. What are your thoughts on how he developed in your organization? I know a lot of people would say that, hey, it was a really good thing that he was being mentored by Brent Burns and Erik Karlsson, 2 right-handed defenseman studs who could produce points, and if Ryan Merkley is able to get lessons from those guys, he could translate his skills into becoming a right-handed offensively potent stud too, but that just didn't happen. If there are any Colorado fans as well, like Colorado Eagles fans, so fans of your AHL team, if any of y'all exist and are in the comment section, then hey, let me know your thoughts about Ryan Merkley and the way he played for you in that small sample he had at the end of the season. And this is a tall task, but if there are any Kunlun Red Star fans in the comment section of this video, let me know how excited you are to see this guy suit up for your team. Is YouTube even allowed to be watched in China? I have no idea. But thoughts in the comment section either way. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.